like to talk about labels versus equality. I want to start my speech sharing my journey that started from the moment I arrived in Argentina. After having escaped the dictatorship of my home country, Venezuela. In January of 2016, when I arrived in Argentina, I stopped being a Venezuelan and I'm turned into the Caribbean, the immigrant, when all I wanted was to go unnoticed and meld into society. In December of 2018, when I arrived in the US, I stopped being white, Caribbean, and Venezuelan, and I turned into a Latino, dark skin, and additionally, I become part of what they call a minority for being gay, when all I wanted was to go unnoticed and melt into society. Under all these definitions, it was impossible to feel like part of them because there was always something that separated me, and it was the labels. So let us imagine that this white sheet is the totality, okay? Um, at the first glance, it seems to be made of the same thing, right? But what happens if I add a line in the middle? Only now it's divided in two parts, but it is still the same white sheet. To complement this point, I want to quote Tao Te Ching. Once you define the beauty as a positive appears immediately, the ugliness. Once I said I am Venezuela, I stopped being Argentine or American. Now, can you understand the limitation we have to perceive ourselves as equals? Because both they and I had lines that define us and separate us from being the same, labels. But why do we place so many labels on ourselves? Because we want to differentiate ourselves from others and thus feel that we are special. Only that we are forgetting that we all come from the same origin that some will call Big Bang, others the universe, or simply God. However you name it, we all come from the same origin. Therefore, we are all the same white sheet together. So we all have the same values. We are all equal. And what separates us off is the lines that we are drawing. Um, when someone tells me my skin is white, my skin is black, yellow, blue, orange, red, mixed, or whatever color they want to identify with, I tell them I am a human being like you. So remember, all lives are equally important and we must take care of all of them. When someone tells me I am L, I am G, I am B, T, Q, plus, I also tell them I have felt fear and joy. I have also loved someone and they have broken my heart. I have also felt rejected, and it has nothing to do with sexual preferences. It has to do with the fact that we are humans learning to live. And more labels we place on ourselves, the more different we are going to see ourselves. We are all the same when we learn to remove the lines that separate us. Okay? So, are labels good or not? Let's say that they are necessary to be able to communicate and understand each other. But that the problem lies when we start to believe that we are the definitions of said labels. Look at how much we suffer to maintain our belief, and that is what going to separate us from others. And I ask you, what if someone knows how to manipulate with those labels? We will, we, we will then be prisoners of our definitions. Therefore, the important thing is going to be beyond all those definitions and be able to decide for us and not become attached or enslaved to a concept, since they will use everything you identify with to manipulate you. So we must go beyond the labels and get the point where we are all the same until the definitions are not necessary. I want to close my speech with a rhetorical question. You know, I love them. If you remove all these definitions that you have about yourself, what would you be? Thank you.